All right.
On May 28, 1998 is a very important day to me. On this day, there contained the beginning and ending of life. May 28, 1998, I was born into a beautiful, loving family in a small town called Marshall, Minnesota. Philip Edward Hartman, on the other hand, was revoked of his life while sleeping in his home. Hartman was a superb comedian and actor, his career and skills never drawing disappointment. All the while, he stood true to his original ethnicity. Hartman was born in Canada, moving to Connecticut, then later to Southern California, claiming it as home. Hartman was murdered by his wife, being only 49 years old, in his home while sleeping. Phil grew up in a big family. He had 7 siblings, and both his parents, and a wife of 11 years named Bryn, and a son, Sean, 9 years old, Bergen, 6, his daughter. He was a great man with great tendencies. He didn't let his fame go to his head. In his will, to prove that, he left both of his trust funds to his children, and the only way they could receive the trust funds is if they went to a respected school earning a 4-year bachelor degree. CNN Student News states that he was a man of tremendous wealth, a true professional, and a loyal friend. May 28, 1998, he was murdered. Police arrived at 6:20 a.m. to the scene. He died of a gunshot wound to the head and 2 to the chest. Patterson explains that after the shooting, the wife fled home to a Ron Douglas's house. She confessed her crimes to her friend then and there. Ron Douglas then took her back to the house, confiscated her gun, and made sure she stayed unseen. At the scene, she then locked herself in the same room as her husband and killed herself. Police are unsure of the reasoning, but CBS Los Angeles News says that the autopsy report, there was a high dosage of Zoloft and a lot of alcohol in her system. The doc that reported this has stated that she had no idea what she was doing or why she was doing it. Bryn herself was only 41 years old when committing the crime. She was once a successful model. Patterson also reports that at the time Patterson reports that she was once addicted to drugs and alcohol. Due to the drugs and alcohol, she had a violent temper, including slapping, kicking, and screaming, and she often acted out, causing fights between her and her husband. Her husband then ignored him and just went to bed. Because of this addiction, she may have been incapable to control her actions. Hartman got his big break on a comedy show called The Groundings, but he gained his fame from his 8 seasons on Saturday Night Live. He impersonated over 70 different people. His most known are Bill Clinton, Frank Sinatra, and Frankenstein. CNN also states that he was voices on The Simpsons. His most known is Troy McClure. His coworkers had nothing bad to say about him, and he said that Phil had no idea how beloved he actually was. People took him for granted because he nailed the joke every single time. May 28, 1998 was the day that I was born. It is a special day to me and my family. Phil Hartman's family can also relate. May 28th, although it brings a happy day for me, is a sad memorial for them. On this day, bright and early, in 1998, Phil Hartman was murdered, only a few hours before my birth. His wife committing the purely selfish and unforgivable crime. She murdered her husband, then executing herself, leaving her dear children to live with her elder sister. This day brings me great joy, as I grew a little wiser over the year, but it brings great pain for those who loved Mr. Hartman. May 28th will always be remembered. Thank you.